everyone to the April 7th, 2026 meeting of the Waterford Planning and Zoning Commission. I'll call it to order, and we're going to seat Doris Crum and Mike Elbaum. And there's also me and Karen Barnett. Tim Bleasdale, Tim Condorino, and Victor Eversole are absent, and alternate Joe DeBono is absent.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
okay. Do you have an announcement, Mark?
Yes, I do. Thank you. Okay. This is a web-based call, so we are operating under the following procedures. The session is being audio and video recorded. Please be advised that today we are also recording the video. We will not use the chat feature in this meeting. To ensure sound quality, the default rule for this meeting is that everyone will remain on mute. Commissioners and staff will generally remain on mute except when speaking or voting. This meeting is open to the public, but is not a public hearing. Therefore, no members of the public may speak unless specifically invited to do so. If a member of the public creates an audio or video disruption, they may be manually ejected from the meeting upon recommendation of the staff or the chair. We appreciate your attendance at this meeting. Should you have any questions about this process, you may call our staff at 860-444-5813, and I now turn it back over to the chair.
Okay, great. Thank you. Item number 2, approval of the March 10th, 2026 meeting minutes. Is there a motion from anyone? Anyone?
It's Karen. I'll make a motion to approve the March 22 meeting minutes.
Okay, motion made by Karen. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mike. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. Okay, great. Thanks. Item number 3. I'm sorry?
I'll abstain.
Oh, okay, Doris. And 3-0 with 1 abstention, Doris. Call item number 3, application receipt, request of Congregation Bethel, owner and applicant for site plan approval to locate a religious establishment at property located at 33 Kenyon Road, R20 zone, as shown on plans titled Congregation Bethel Synagogue, 33 Kenyon Road, Waterford, Connecticut, February 2026. Application was received on March 24th of 2026. Public hearing is required by May 28th of 2026. PL-26-7, application of Alex Marinovis to amend the zoning regulations, section 6A.6, maximum building height. Application was received on March 24th, 2026. Public hearing required by May 28th, 2026. And then there's PL-26-6, request of JGW Holding LLC and Barth Colburn Realty Company, owner, for a modified site plan review and approval for a roadside assistance contractor as a business office on property located at 17 Industrial Drive, IG zone, in accordance with sections 11.1.3, 11.1.10, and 22 of the zoning regulations, and as shown on plans entitled Site Plan Design Review prepared for Elite Auto Services, 17 Industrial Drive, map 50, lot 3559, Waterford, Connecticut. Last revision February 20th, 2026. Action required by April 30th, 2026. I think was there one error? Does the Congregation Bethel need a public hearing, Mark?
No, they do not.
Okay, so we can scrape that from the minutes there, scratch that from the minutes for this meeting, that the public hearing is required by May 28th, 2026. That was an error. Okay, application review. Do we have people here for Congregation Bethel? Okay.
Yeah,
do we have
yes,
people
sir.
here for JGW Holding?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we'll just take them in order as they come here then. PL-26-8, application review of the request of Congregation Bethel, owner and applicant for a site plan approval to locate a religious establishment at property located at 33 Kenyon Road, R20 zone, as shown on plans titled Congregation Bethel Synagogue, 33 Kenyon Road, Waterford, Connecticut, February 2026. Application was received 3/24/26, and public hearing required by, no public hearing. So who is here for the Congregation Bethel?
I am, Mr. Chairman. Just for the record, I'm Michael Ott. I'm a professional engineer and land surveyor with Summer Hill Civil Engineers and Land Surveyors in Madison.
Great.
Kathleen McFadden, who is the current president of the congregation, is also here tonight with
Okay.
us. And David Atkinson, the project architect, and Henry Thomas, the project landscape architect. And I apologize if I'm missing anybody else from, I think Kate Lee is also here as part of the project team, I believe.
Okay.
So I should tell you up front, and I apologize. I had told Mark this. I have a conflict at 7 or shortly after 7, so I'll try to do my portion of the presentation first and quick enough and hopefully clear enough to allow some time for the commission to ask me questions, and then Dave and Henry can take over.
Great.
May I share my screen, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah. Mark, can you have him share that?
Yep, all set.
Thanks, Mark. So this is the can everyone see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I just wanted to give you, this is the state's geographic information system actually, and I just wanted to give you some context. You may all be familiar with the site, but the address is 33 Kenyon Road, and this is Kenyon Road, if you can see my cursor moving, kind of left and right on the screen. And this is the parcel right where it says Waterford. You can see that the parcel today is largely an open field. There's an inland wetland here, actually, again, right where it says Waterford. And there's another very small inland wetland that's actually the result of a historic well that has overflowed for years on the site. And I'll show you that on the site plan, but it's along the property's westerly boundary. There's a very large wetland complex, as you can see, to the east of the site. Our site, the project site, drains to this wetland complex. The outlet from that wetland complex crosses under, I think this is Vauxhall Street Extension.
Yes,
Mark,
it
is that correct?
Yes, that's
There's a relatively small diameter culvert here, and ultimately this watercourse flows southeasterly and joins, and Mark, I'm probably going to mispronounce this again, but I think this is Brandegee Lake. Is that right?
Lake Brandegee.
Brandegee.
Yes.
Okay. So that's how the site drains in general. So I think I have to stop sharing, and then I'm gonna bring up the plans, and I will share again. Bear with me for 1 second. See if I can do this. Okay, so you should see the cover sheet of the plan set now.
Yes.
So I'll just gonna scroll down to the site plan, or actually, I'm gonna go back up to the existing conditions plan so you can all see. I'll zoom in a bit. Kenyon Road again on the bottom of the sheet, left and right. This is the wetland that I was talking about that is on the east side of the property that's associated with the very large wetland to the east. And this is the very small wetland that's associated with an historic shallow excavated well that's on the property along the west property boundary. That well will be abandoned as part of the project. Let me zoom back out a little more. And then I will go to, please stop me if you have any questions as I do this. This is the proposed site plan for the project. This project, I don't know if maybe some members were on the commission several years ago. The congregation proposed a project on the site that had been approved by both the Conservation Commission and your and your commission. In the previous project, the proposed building was located in the rear of the site, and there was a long driveway, access driveway, kind of a sinuous driveway that worked its way back to that building site. This proposal, as you can see, proposes a different building. It's a relatively small building that Dave Atkinson will describe later on, closer to the front of the site. It's just a one-story building. There's a access drive as there was in the previous application, same location on the west side of the site. The access drive provides access to a small parking area in front of the building, another small parking area at the rear of the building, and a gravel surfaced overflow parking area at the limits of the rear site disturbance. There's also a stormwater infiltration basin here, just to the east of the overflow parking area. We were able to grade the site and set the elevations of the stormwater collection conveyance system such that we were able to capture all stormwater runoff from all of the paved areas, the gravel area, as well as the building roof. So all stormwater runoff is ultimately collected and conveyed to this stormwater infiltration basin, and that was reviewed as part of the Conservation Commission application. And Maureen Fitzgerald had comments on it. We addressed her comments, and these plans reflect her, her comments being addressed and the approval that we received. There's a total of 42. I'm just going to go back to the title sheet to double check. I believe it's 42. Actually, it's 40 on the zoning standard schedule on the title sheet. There's a total of 40 spaces required, I'm sorry, and 50 spaces provided. And that 50 total includes 2 reserved spaces. That total of 50 includes the gravel surfaced reserved parking area in the rear. The congregation has told us, and we told the Conservation Commission, that they would rarely use the overflow parking. And Kathleen McFadden could speak to this more, but they only have a few events a year that would require the need to use this overflow parking area in the back. We submit all the building utility services will come from the Kenyon Road right of way. They'll all be underground. There's sanitary sewer and public water, as you know. We have proposed parking area lighting. We submitted a exterior lighting photometric plan. Hopefully you have that in your packets. There are 7 parking area lights total shown. We showed them, as well as the building architecture and the landscaping, to the design review board earlier this afternoon. The lights are a typical today's version of a shoebox, a horizontal luminaire that meets backlight, uplight, and glare standards. There's no uplight component to the lights. They're all LED luminaires, and the color temperature of the luminaires is 3000 Kelvin. They are located in one, if you can see my cursor, 3 locations at the front parking area, 2 locations, 1, 2 at the rear parking area, and then 2 locations, one here, it's hard to see because of the tree symbol, and another one here. So there's 7 total. Conservation Commission reviewed the erosion and sedimentation control plan. They also reviewed the stormwater calculations that we provided. We provided calculations for the water in accordance with Connecticut DEP's Stormwater Quality Manual, to show that we meet the water quality and required retention volume criteria of the manual. And again, the Conservation Commission reviewed those. I think that, I know that was quick, but I think maybe I'm watching the clock and maybe I ought to stop there in case the commission has any questions for me, and then I'll turn it over to Dave Atkinson, the project architect.
Okay. Could you stop sharing the screen for a minute, Mr. Ott?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Ott? Okay. I just have a couple. What happened to the first project? Because when I saw this, I said, I could have sworn, unless I'm having deja vu, that we already approved this project years ago.
Yeah.
So what
You
happened
did.
to it?
I should probably, I don't know if Kathleen is, I think
Yeah,
Kathleen is
I
on,
can
but
speak to that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
thanks.
was a beautiful building. It just was way too much money. We didn't have that kind of money. The long driveway and the building itself, it was a very expensive building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And then I have one other question on the EV parking spots. Are there any?
no, we did not actually show any. We could, but we did not.
Mark, what's our position on the statute that requires us to do it? I don't agree with it, but I don't know that we have any say in it. Mark, you're on mute. Oh, and just for the record, Tim Condorino has entered the meeting too, sometime during Mr. Ott's presentation, if the minutes can reflect that too.
Zoning regs right there. Blue book. Thank you. Right, the state statutes require 10% of parking spaces to be EV ready, not necessarily have EV facilities installed, but able to provide for EV. There is a minimum number of spaces in which puts you into that threshold. Off the top of my head, I don't recall that number, Greg,
I
but
think it's 30.
could be with that statute. I seem to recall that I think I had this discussion with the team for their first application. That there were some uses that were exempt, but this was not one of the uses.
Okay, so has the architect or anybody considered it?
I would think if I could speak for Kathleen, and Kathleen, you can jump in, of course, but I would think if making parking spaces EV ready would consist of the installation of the conduit to provide the electrical service to the proper locations, I would think we could do that if that's what it encompasses.
It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, I think that satisfies us. I know it's just something that's been thrown in our lap that we, it says the town shall require it. So
Yes,
it's not something that we're crazy about doing.
sure.
But you don't have to supply the whole thing. You just have to have the conduit and have the capacity for it as well.
Yeah, we
Gotcha.
can agree to do that, certainly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we may make that a condition as well to the and to vote tonight then. I just wanted to make sure you guys were
Yeah,
aware.
no, that's fine. We're okay with that.
Okay. So how many parking spots did you have? You have 50, you said?
50 total, and 14 of that 50
Is
is
over.
the rear overflow. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So it would require 5. And it should
Yeah.
probably be shown on the site plan as well.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Any other questions for Mr. Ott, or can he leave if he needs to?
Greg,
Okay.
this is
Yeah.
Karen. I have one question.
Okay.
What are the sight lines for the driveway entering Kenyon Road? Do you know?
I don't know the distances, but I did a visual inspection of it, and it clearly, you can see both left and right for a very, very long distance. The road is, I don't know if you recall, I suppose I could go back to the GIS that I had showed, but the alignment of Kenyon Road is very straight in this vicinity. It climbs up a hill to the west, and you can see for very long distances. So I know it's
Okay.
not an issue.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Any other questions? Mike, Tim, Doris? No? Okay. You have somebody up next?
Yes, I'm Dave Atkinson, the project architect.
Okay, great. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
on
try
mute.
again. There we go. Everybody hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. And can I share my screen? So let me find my drawings here.
Sure.
So do I just hit the share button down here?
No, no, let me see. Hold on, I think I gotta turn Mike off. Okay,
So
Yeah.
I'll hit send request.
actually requesting you to allow, yes. Okay, you should be able to now.
Does everybody see that?
Not yet,
I'm sorry, can everybody see the drawings now?
not yet. Hold
No.
on.
All right, what am I doing wrong here?
I don't know yet. I'm gonna make you co-host.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
there's distance separating us, so we're okay.
Oh,
Okay,
here we go.
there we
How's
go.
that?
It's coming up. There we go.
Okay. Can everybody see the screen and hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So the building is 1 story, 44 feet deep at its deepest point, and 96 feet wide. If you follow my cursor, the front of the building is here, facing Kenyon Road. The rear is back here. I'm just looking at the floor plan right now. The main entrance of the building is pretty central to the building, a little left central, small foyer, lobby, transition space, basically just a large lobby. The main space is a sanctuary, about 36 by 38 feet square, so a little over 1,000 square feet. It's shown in a couple of different configurations, showing seating and then possibly tables for fellowship. The room will be used for both worship and fellowship. There'll be some parting doors here. Also, and then back into the transition and lobby space, we're looking at a kitchen and some storage for the furniture that will be assembled and disassembled in the sanctuary. Coming back to the foyer into the lobby, there's a rear entrance. So this is directly to the north into the rear parking lot that Mike showed on his drawings. So both entrances will enter into the lobby. And then off to the left of the building, we have large restrooms, handicapped accessible, disabled, or accessible to the disabled. We have administrative staff room. We have an office for the rabbi, a family restroom, and a small conference room. Scrolling up the page just a little bit to look at the front or elevation facing Kenyon Road. We're looking at again, a 1-story building, 9'6" ceiling height in the office administrative space. The sanctuary to the right will have a higher cathedral ceiling with some trusses that will provide a higher ceiling there. The front of the building will have a thin stone wainscot up about 3.5 feet. Above that, we're looking at some vinyl certainteed, probably cedar shakes or siding on the front of the building, asphalt shingled roof. The entryway, there's sort of an entry colonnade along here with the entry portico. We're going to do a small section of standing seam metal roof to just give this entryway a little bit of a pop. There's a portico here, some fiberglass columns painted white. Very sort of neutral color palette, probably gray, brown stone, light gray, maybe ivory or beige siding, a weathered asphalt shingle, whether it be gray or brown. The standing seam metal roof, probably a green or brown, something to blend in, not looking for the building to stand out. It looks to be more of a residential. It is a residential neighborhood, so the building wants to blend in with that. Scrolling down, looking at the rear elevation. Again, the same palette, the wainscoting of the stone veneer, the vinyl siding, some windows in the sanctuary, a small rear entry portico, same shingles, and then on either end of the building, the same stone, vinyl siding, and then some vertical siding here to break up the expanse of the large wall there. Again, the intent was for the building to sort of blend nicely into the residential feel and character of the neighborhood. And that's really about all I have.
Okay, great. Any, can we stop sharing, Mark, so I can see
Stop
it?
share. And
Okay.
this was just, as you probably know, approved by the Architectural Design Review Board at the 4 o'clock meeting this afternoon.
Okay, great. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Atkinson? Tim, Karen, Doris, Mike? Okay, doesn't look like any questions. Do you have anybody else? Mr. Thomas? You are on mute. There we go. We still can't hear you. Not really. There you go. Nope, now I can't hear you again.
Mike?
We heard that.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nope.
And he's gone.
Close video.
Okay, I see him at the bottom still.
I haven't.
Okay.
Test. Any luck now? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Great.
I apologize for that. I have to get my IT guys. They'll make the computer turn off so early, so I have to keep my mouse moving. I'm here to speak to the landscape plan that we've prepared for the property. So, if Mark can enable me to share, I can walk through that relatively quickly, I think.
Okay, you're set.
Okay. And I'm not really sharing a picture of a beaver. I don't intend to. I'm sorry.
It seems like it's coming through, but it's not through yet.
But I don't think it's going to be my plan from the look that I can see.
That's a beaver. Yeah.
Oh, I hope that's not on the property.
I don't know why that would be happening. Rats.
That's a whole host of other problems you have if that's on the property. If you're talking, we can't hear you.
He's frozen too.
Okay.
Tim, do you want me to see if I can find your plans? I'm not, Henry, can I find your plans, or Michael?
I'm sorry, Dave. I've run out of time. Sorry.
All right, I might be able to find them.
Oh, it looks like Henry's trying to get back in.
Okay, we just let him back in. We'll try again.
I apologize for that. Um, should I try one more time, see if I can share? And if not, I'll just speak.
Okay, all
I
right,
do-
just meet your co-host.
Oh, here we go. Window. There we go. That is totally operator error. Okay. Looks like it should be the right thing. You seen the plan yet?
No,
No,
not
it's
yet.
there.
There
There.
it is.
There.
Okay. So we had prepared a landscape plan for the project, and there were three, I'll just call them three broad goals that we had. Number one was to provide an appropriate and straightforward / maintainable landscape plan for the property, one that would fit uh, an appropriate image for a new building and in the context of the neighborhood. Secondly, we wanted to provide the necessary buffering and screening uh, for the proposed parking areas, both from the street and from the adjacent neighbor to the west. And third, we sought to enhance the uh, relationship to the adjacent wetlands, and that was something that came through in the wetlands review. And so the plant selection and placement there along both the east side of the infiltration structure and north of the parking were intended to provide additional habitat, food and forage for wildlife, and be an appropriate blend into the existing uh, landscape typology beyond. The plant list we provided is largely, almost exclusively native, with the exception of a handful of roses that we've shown on the left of the front door. Again, the roses are a very durable and hardy version that will flower for an extended period of time. Everything else is either native or a cultivar of a native, and we've chosen to use patterns, but in an informal way rather than a rigid formal way, to both create the screening planting and the pattern of planting around the parking lot islands and adjacent to the building. So it will not read like a super formal planting because it has, each of those elements has a variety of plant materials that'll give it an ever-changing texture, color, flower, fall color kind of a scenario. And everything should be very sturdy and durable because of its being in the native plant palette. From a ground cover standpoint, we've got 3 seed types that we're applying. So in the perimeter of the front parking area and the back parking area, on the shoulders of those areas, we've seeded with a seeded lawn mix that is actually also a low-mow lawn mix. So it's the kind of thing that doesn't require an extraordinary amount of sunshine or extraordinary amount of maintenance. If somebody forgot to mow it one week, it's not going to be troublesome and hurt the quality of the turf. Likewise, you could maintain it like a really crispy lawn if you have the time and capability of doing that. Beyond that, on the edges where there may also be some disturbances, but that blend into existing landscapes, we've called for a low meadow seed mix, which would be a combination of native grasses and wildflowers, not the 4 to 6 foot kind of variety, but things like 24 to 30 inches tall. But we've specified those to be a blending agent between the developed part of the property and the undisturbed areas of the property. Then the third element of seeding that we've got is in the infiltration basin a specific seed mix designed for wet basins so that it can tolerate the fluctuation of water levels in there. And actually, that's the kind of material that'll provide a lot of habitat beyond the trees and shrubs that we've got shown. There will be a lot of materials in there that provide both food and cover for wildlife. So that's the nature of the landscape plan in a snapshot. Happy to answer any questions if you have some. And thank you for your patience.
Thank you. Is there any questions for Mr. Thomas? Okay, I don't see any questions. Do you have anyone else for your presentation?
I believe that is the entirety of our professional presentation.
It is.
Ms. McFadden, would you like to talk?
I would just like to say that, we've been homeless for a long time. We sold our synagogue in 2017. And, our first attempt, we just didn't have the money to build that particular building. We're really excited about this one. We think it's a beautiful design. It's the right size for us. We can afford it. So we're just really excited to be here and looking forward to building a new home.
Great. Welcome to Waterford.
Thank you.
Okay. We're just going to, you know what? Why don't we just skip right to the application review for you? I'm sorry, this is the application review. So why don't we just go right to a vote? Does anybody have a motion? Tim, you look like you want to talk, but you're on mute.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, great.
I'll make a motion to approve with modifications and conditions the modified site plan for Congregation Bethel application, PL 26-8 at 33 Kenyon Road, with modifications and conditions 1 through 3, and also to adopt findings 1 through 6 of the staff report, which was dated April 7th, 2026.
Okay, and I think we need to add the infrastructure for the electric vehicles parking spots.
Correct.
So that
also, to add as a condition, infrastructure which consisted of the conduit being installed for electric vehicle parking areas.
right, it's shown on the site plan, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Is there any second to that motion?
I'll second that.
Okay, motion made by Tim Condorino, seconded by Mike Elbaum. Any discussion on the motion? Mark, do you have anything to say?
No, I don't. I think you covered it all.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Okay, I heard 5 ayes, so it's 5-0. Thank you. Welcome to Waterford. Good luck with this project.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Okay. Next is PL 26-6, request of JGW Holding LLC, applicant, and Barth Colburn Realty Company, owner, for a modified site plan review and approval for a roadside assistance contractor as a business office on property located at 17 Industrial Drive, IG zone, in accordance with sections 11.1.3, 11.1.10, and 22 of the zoning regulations, and as shown on plans entitled Site Plan Design Review prepared for Elite Auto Services, 17 Industrial Drive, map 50, lot 3559, Waterford, Connecticut. Last revision 2/20/2026. Action required by April 3rd, 2026. Who do we have for that here?
Hi, Mr. Chairman. This is Joe Wren. Can you hear me okay?
We can.
Excellent. Hope everyone is well. Joe Wren, PE of Indigo in Old Saybrook. If Mark will allow me to share, I think probably to make this most efficient, it's a reuse of an existing building, but if we go through the statement of use, I think that provides a nice, concise summary of what this application entails. And then I could bring up the site plan and and show you those elements that we talked about in the statement of use. Let's see. I see an MBA screen. Let's see. Mark, did you make me host?
Yes, yes, you
Okay.
are listed as co-host.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I see it now. Thank you. So I'm just going to change my screen. Okay. Just getting to my materials here. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Some reason. Oh, here we go. All right. Everyone can see my screen now. Sorry for the delay. I had to get to the right screen where everything was. You can see the statement of use on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Oops, what just happened? Hmm. Let me try this way. Okay. So the applicant, you can still see the screen, right? Now?
Yes.
Okay. The applicant's Elite Auto Services. They're actually out of Ohio now. There is a building that's been vacant for some time at 17 Industrial Drive. It's in the IG zone, and the property area is sort of large. It's about 18 acres or so. How they would like to reuse and repurpose the building is this: the applicant, Elite Auto, is a roadside assistance contractor for AAA. So they will use this as their kind of central office area for this region. So their employees and visitors will park in front of the building. And again, I'll bring the site plan up next so we can go through those pieces. I just wanted you to understand the use first. So they will not be towing or storing any vehicles here. They're just a AAA contractor. So they'll go out with their vehicle to get the car, and they tow it to a designated location off-site. No cars, broken cars or unregistered cars will be stored on the site at all, just to make that clear. So they're proposing to occupy the existing vacant office warehouse building on the subject property to operate as a roadside assistance contractor for AAA. The proposed use will be less intense than the former use, which was a provider of release agents. The applicant plans only minor aesthetic improvements to the interior of the main building, restriping the existing parking area, remove all 9 above ground storage tanks on site and their chain link fence surrounds, maintain and improve the existing landscaping, and add a 4-yard refuse dumpster to the rear of the site in the existing concrete pad. No grading, filling, or other substantial ground disturbance is proposed. There will not be any impounding of vehicles on site, nor any customer vehicles stored at the facility. We'll only be performing consensual tows to AAA members according to AAA standards. There will be 6 company-owned vehicles that run AAA assistance calls on a daily basis. 4 of these trucks will be off-site from approximately 5 a.m. to 1 a.m. So 20 hours a day, pretty much. The other 2 will be on the road the full 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All the trucks will return to the facility periodically throughout the day for driver shift change. They will be open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday for approximately 5 to 7 employees. and then 3 to 11, 7 days a week for 2 employees. The parking, and again, I'll show you this on the site plan. There are presently 28 striped parking spaces plus a loading area on the site. Front spaces are presently striped larger, wider than standard. The required spaces is 30. There are no new pavement proposed at all, just restriping the front lot to the standard space dimensions to get the 2 extra parking spaces required, even though there's a total of approximately 7 to 9 employees. But the zoning regs ask for 30 spaces, so that is what's being provided with the restriping. So for proposed, they're going to evaluate the front parking lot for cleanliness and striping conditions. They're going to restripe as shown on the plan. So there'll be 20 spaces in the front of the building between the building and Industrial Drive, and then 10 spaces on the rear or the side not visible from the street. The parking spaces in the rear side of the building will be used for company-owned vehicles while not in use, and for drivers' personal vehicles while they were out working. The front parking lot will be used for office personnel while working, approximately 5 to 7 employees, and visitors will be signed accordingly. The applicant anticipates the need for a maximum of 18 parking spaces, and 30 are provided. For lighting, they're going to check all the existing exterior lighting and repair or replace bulbs as necessary, but nothing new. Landscaping to remain as is, but of course cleaned up and maintained, trimmed, cleaned up, whatever is needed. For signage, there are 2 proposed small directional signs will be added along the eastern and western sides of the street side parking area to designated employee and visitor parking spaces only. For trash and recycling, we have 4 roll-away refuse collection bins located at the rear main of the building for weekly trash removal. And then drainage stormwater, as per town of Waterford requirements, all on-site catch basins, pipes, and detention basins will be inspected and cleaned as needed. The original site plan included a whole elaborate drainage plan with detention basin and so forth. So per your requirements, they will go in and inspect and clean and maintain all those items. One thing that I noticed on the trash, just to be clear, on the trash and recycling, originally there was a 4-yard dumpster, but that was converted to these 4 roll-away refuse collection bins, and I'll show you that on the site plan as well. So here, if you could see the site plan on the screen now, is the site plan of the proposed facility, or I should say existing facility. So these roadways, these access driveways coming in from Industrial Drive are all existing. The parking in the front there between the street and the building is existing. So is all the paved area behind the building. There's also a second building that was added to the site in the past, and they have no proposed uses for that building right now. It just will remain vacant for the time being. They will occupy the main building. Utility vehicles are over here on the side, those 10 spaces to the side or rear of the site. And then the ones in the front, there are 20 there, 11 up against the building with 2 handicap parking spaces there, and then 9 more closer to the street. To the rear of the building, here, this is where all of the 9 tanks are. There are 3 propane tanks on this corner that either have been already removed or will be removed. The chain link fence around will also be removed. The pavement will remain, but the tanks and the fence will go. Similarly, over in this corner, there were 6 tanks that were above ground storage tanks used for the former use for the release agents. Those are all proposed to be removed from the site along with their chain link fence around as well. So the asphalt will remain with the existing footprint, but all of the tanks and the fencing will be removed. And to the rear of the building, you could see on this site plan that there's, for trash disposal, there are 4 roll-away bins that will be hidden and stored behind the building and then brought to the street for refuse collection when necessary. So in a nutshell, That's everything that we are doing. I could show you that signage as well, because that was one thing that was important. We do have the one directional sign there, and then another one on this side. And there is a call out, 2 directional signs that will say employee and visitor parking only. So that all of the company vehicles, tow vehicles and so forth would be stored in these spaces along that side. So that is everything in a nutshell. If there are any questions, I certainly can try to answer those.
Okay. Can you stop sharing the screen for a second? There you go. Thank you.
Yep.
So I have a question. So you're just AAA for breakdowns. You're not towing illegal parking lots or anything like that.
Yeah, it's just it's their contract with AAA. So when there is a vehicle that is broken down somewhere, they will leave the site to go get that vehicle, or if they're out on the road already, go get that vehicle, bring it to its designated location, the repair garage or the auto body shop, whatever it may be, and then return back to the site at the end of shift. So there will be no bringing of random vehicles to this site.
Okay. Any other questions for Mr. Wren? Do you have anybody else?
We do not. I know I did send to the owner, and I'm not sure. I do not see them on. They
I
are
think
out
he is.
in
Yeah, I think he is here. Michael
Cincinnati.
Brick.
Oh, there we go. Yep. So if he wants to say a few words, or if you have any questions for him, you could certainly ask Michael or myself.
No, I just don't know if he wants to say anything.
Nope, I just want
No,
to
I
thank you
think,
for your time.
Okay, thank you.
yep. And Joe said exactly right, that we, at all of our locations throughout the country, we never impound or tow vehicles back to our yards. We don't, it's just not part of our business plan. So just want to
Okay.
make sure that was clear.
Yeah. Could you just state your name for the record?
My name's Tim Kinser, Kinser.
Okay. And you're with Elite
With
Towing?
Elite. Correct.
Great. Thank you. Any other questions for anyone on the applicant? Karen?
I have one question.
Okay, go ahead.
The tow trucks on site are for standard vehicles or heavy duty tows, correct?
Yes, those are for standard sized vehicles. They're considered medium duty tow trucks. So there's no heavy 30 tons or 50 tons or any of those giant semi type tow trucks that you see. They're all flatbeds, like a standard F550 or smaller.
Okay.
Anything else, Karen? Karen, anything else?
And they
We can't really hear you.
regular part.
Karen, we can't hear you.
Did I lost?
We can't hear you.
I'm done. Thank you.
Okay, sorry, we heard like one word or 2 words. That was it. Anybody else? Mike, Tim, Doris? Doris?
Just a quick question. So the towing, this is not like a 24-hour operation?
Tim,
Yeah,
you
it
want
is
to?
It is a 24-hour operation for the tow trucks, not for the business, not for the employees inside the building. So we typically run in 10 or 8 to 10 hour shifts. Those don't always split the standard 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. and 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. We have to cover the 24 hours. So our shifts change from 1 o'clock in the afternoon until 6 o'clock in the evening, depending on which truck it is running. So they are, when they come into work, they get in their truck and they go to the area of service, which Waterford is part of our area, but Mike Brigham can chime in, but I think that east of that waterway that comes up by Waterford is more of our designated area for AAA. So the guys will come in, they get in, they check their truck, they get in the truck and they leave their personal car there. They don't really sit around at the shop. They go out, wait for AAA to send them their calls. They go do the calls, complete them. AAA system is set up to where their last call gives them time to get back to the shop by the end of their shift. So at the end of their shift, they come back, the other guy's there waiting. They switch their equipment out and the other guy gets in the truck and leaves and the first guy goes home. So it is 24 hours. I'm not sure if that answered exactly what you're looking for.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, any other?
Yeah, I had a quick question, Greg.
Yep.
Will you be towing accidents as well as disabled vehicles?
That completely depends on what the AAA customer needs. So yes, sometimes AAA members do get into accidents and they use their AAA membership to tow. But it's still towed to the body shop of preference or scrapyard or whatever it is of the members choosing.
And not to make you repeat yourself, so in the event that you have somebody from out of state that's not familiar with the area and you end up with a vehicle that's demolished on the highway, what happens to the vehicle if they don't know local dealers or body shops? Or I worked as a trooper for 23 years and very familiar with accidents. I just wonder what happens with those now. I'm familiar with the AAA providers in the area now, and they all have facilities at their shops to handle those type of calls. What would you do in that case?
At all of our other locations, we're actually coming up there on the 20th to speak with AAA about things like that. But at all of our other locations, we rely on the fleet garages to drop the cars. If somebody has no idea where it goes. So the AAA has their own trucks and fleets. We've always relied on their yards to take cars that don't know where they go.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? I just have one more question for Mr. Brigham. Is that a Michigan shirt?
Just because.
Wow. That's I like it.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Go
Cool, huh?
Yeah, that's it's aggressive.
I was hoping you weren't going to catch that.
Yeah.
They're all from Columbus. They love me, so I just share the love everywhere.
Yeah, okay, great. All right, any other questions for the applicant?
That's not Michigan behind him though.
No, I see that. That's for sure. Any other questions? No? Okay, any motion? Mark, do you have anything?
No, just the staff report that I provided you. If you have any questions on that, I can answer it, but I don't right now.
I don't know if I have a staff report on it. Does everybody else have a staff report on it?
I do.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I do. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve with conditions the site plan for business office for a general roadside assistance and towing contractor application PL-26-6 located at 17 Industrial Drive with condition 1 and to adopt the findings 1 through 3 of the staff report dated April 7th, 2026.
Second?
Second.
Okay, motion made by Doris, seconded by Karen. Any other discussion on the motion? Okay, all in favor? Aye.
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 Mike, Doris too? Okay, Doris said yes. Any opposed? No. Okay, 5-0. Thank you. And,
Great. Thank you very much.
Your new project.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go to Item number 5, administrative review. Request for 90-day extension of Glenn Fergione, owner and applicant for a 3-lot re-subdivision for property located at 97 Spithead Road, R40 zone, as shown on plans entitled Alva's Meadow Re-subdivision, property of Glenn Fergione, 97 Spithead Road, dated October 1, 2025, last revision 12/3/2025, asking for a 90-day extension.
I don't see any representative here for this request.
We didn't hear the first part of that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't see a representative here for this request.
Okay. Is there any problem with it?
There isn't. This is just, there is the subdivision regulations allow the commission to grant 90-day extension to filing the Mylars on the land records. And actually it allows the commission to grant 2 90-day extensions. Because an applicant has 90 days to file their Mylars for a subdivision.
Okay.
So he's well within his request.
Okay. Anyone want to make a motion to approve that?
I make a motion to approve it.
Okay, motion made by Mike to approve the 90-day extension for PL-25-20. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Doris. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor? Aye.
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 All right, 5-0. Thank you. And item number 6, correspondence.
We have none.
Okay, item number 7, review of past months and ongoing projects.
Sure. We received check prints for Electric Boat today. So we're going to be reviewing those this weekend, or this weekend. We'll be reviewing those this week and getting those set up. The Dave's Hot Chicken is going to be opening soon. They're doing their interior renovations now, and there is a proposal for a coffee shop. Well, hasn't been submitted yet, but I'm in talks with a coffee. It's a drive-through coffee shop that's looking to build within the same shopping center that Dave's Chicken is. It's across the entrance drive from McDonald's off of Route 1 down here in the Stop and Shop shopping center. It's a standalone building that's going to be a drive-through coffee shop, coffee facility there.
What is that one?
It's called 7 Brew. It's a drive-through coffee shop. Only drive-through, no sit down. And so that will be coming in. I'm anticipating, I don't know, I'd say probably within the next month or so, to get that in place as well.
Great.
Everything else, construction's going along well. Project Learn is going along. Safe Futures as well. So
okay, great. Item number 8, adjournment. Nobody?
I'll motion to
I'll make a
adjourn.
motion.
Okay, motion made by Doris, seconded by Tim to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Okay, great. That was great. That was short. Thank you.
that was good.
See everybody soon.
Good night.
Take care.
Good night.